Hi everybody, sure good to see you. I hope you're well. How about y'all come on in here and pull up a chair and listen to me share the history of the Black Oak Cemetery and the surrounding community. Black Oak Cemetery, established in 1851, has 262 bodies interred there. The cemetery is in a community that was one of the earliest settlements in the county. The little community formed the brow of the Sand Mountain as it overlooked the great Tennessee River. It is surrounded by dense forest full of wildlife. The first families to build in the area were the Callahans, Sloans, Isbels, Kirklands, Ryans, Stinson, and Stancils. The first grist mill built in the area was one by Ephraim Bridges. His mill worked slowly at turning the millstones. The next mill was built by John Hamilton in 1838. It was a longer mill on the town creek. It later expanded into a flour mill, wool carding, and lumber mill, later known as Elrod's Mill. Now the Black Oak Church, it was founded in 1846. It was an old abandoned shack where the Methodists and the Baptists worshiped together. Once the congregation increased enough for a new building, the Methodists retained the name for their church and they separated. Many years after the Civil War, large camp meetings and revivals were held here. Worshippers came from miles around on ox-drawn wagons. Frank Stancil, Josiah Raines, and Thomas R. Raines were the first preachers. The church was later burned to the ground, and I can't find the date or if the church was rebuilt with a new name or if it was just forgotten. I don't know. Now all that remains of that old church today are the front step, the front porch, and just a few of the cornerstones that were the foundation of the church. The first school teachers in the little community were John L.A. Brown, Daniel McCurry, Reuben Kirkland, and George Kirkland. The school was an improvised structure with slab benches. The first post office was established in 1812 by Samuel G. Gilreath as postmaster. In 1905, the post office closed its doors. Now, around the turn of the century, some of the founding families moved away. The Ryans, Stancils, and the Stencils were among them. Thomas Ryan and his family settled in Los Angeles, where they operated an aeronautics company. Claude T. Ryan designed the Spirit of St. Louis for Charles Lindbergh. Eddie and Catherine Stinson moved to Detroit, where they became noted aviators. Catherine is one of the first women flyers ever licensed around 1920. Catherine visited the nearby town of Fort Payne using Dr. Dove's farm as a landing strip. Eddie won numerous prizes and awards as a stunt flyer, but was killed in a crash in Detroit in 1933. Both Eddie and Catherine are well known in aviation history. A few other prominent folks were Congressman Albert Raines, musician and composer Theo Fawcett, and a mathematician Wayne Struther. It's amazing such small little community can have so much history. Now if you noticed, I never mentioned a witch. Eliza Lackey, born October the 8th, 1830, died December 28th, 1914. Wife of Moses Lackey is thought to be a witch, only because the pentagram on her stone. But if you look closer, there appears a book. I'm sure it's a Bible. I'm not sure of the symbols, but if she were a witch, she'd never be allowed to be buried next to her family and would be forced to face the west away from the east. The pentagram is not always an evil symbol. On her stone, I see what looks like an upside down plant. She was probably an herbalist. Some consider that witchcraft back in them days. I'm not sure of the story of the witch, but I'm pretty sure she's not one anyways. Well, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this little history tale of Black Oak, Alabama. Thank y'all for joining. I sure wish you well. We love y'all to pieces. We'll see you next time.